Welcome viewers, with simply about anything attached in any way to Donald Trump, you don't even know where to start. But his Wednesday nighttime interview with Sean Hannity on Fox News is in a class of exactly one. I looked for a transcript online so I could quote from the interview, however there isn't one. In fact, it's hard to find the whole thing from starting to end because it's such a target-rich environment. Nearly all the sources featuring the interview just run their favorite clips. But before continue, please kindly take a moment of your time if you are new to my channel to click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for latest updates from us. Where do you start? We've all heard about Trump's out-of-the-blue hypothesis that the FBI searched Mar-a-Lago because they were looking for Hillary Clinton's emails. We've heard his explanation of the system of declassification of secret documents just by thinking about it. But receiving far much less coverage has been his rant against New York Attorney General Letitia James, who filed a 222-page lawsuit on Wednesday against Trump, his 3 adult children, and the Trump Organization for fraud, mendacity on official documents, and a whole host of others. So, let's start right there. Trump complains that James has been out to get him for years. Her complete campaign was based on this, and then she came after us, Trump began, in response to but another gelatinous question from lapdog Hannity. And the reason I thought she didn't have a case, I was of the influence she wanted to settle, but I had a problem because how do you pay something, even it's a small amount of money if you're not guilty? It was on September 15 that Trump's attorneys sat down with the office of the New York Attorney General and tried to settle the case before it was filed. Exactly 1 week later, Trump acts all surprised that this terrible issue has happened to him. As he sat there talking to Hannity amidst the splendor that is Mar-a-Lago, Trump was conscious that his company is set to go to trial next month on criminal tax fraud in Manhattan, a case that could expose the organization to steep financial penalties if it is convicted, the New York Times reported. But let's go back to the interview, as Hannity surprises us with a question that verges on a modicum of specificity, even as it seeks to set Trump up to deny a primary issue of the case against him, that he inflated the value of his properties in order to qualify for hundreds of thousands in loans, $300 million from Deutsche Bank alone. Did you ever in your life fill out a loan application while in the Trump Organization? Hannity pleads. Well, you know, we make loans, however I have very little debt. Trump lies with an approximation of a straight face. And yet he persists. Hannity somehow manages to get out, here's what I want to tell you, earlier than being interrupted by Trump with this. They've demeaned me for years with this stuff, and now they find out I have very little debt. Hannity then proceeds to help Trump craft a defense. I was instructed that in your financial statements, when you make a loan application, and you can confirm if you know this or do no longer know this, do you put in a caveat that actually says, these are all valuations because I don't know a lending institution, an economic institution, that would lend money to anybody and just go by the borrower's estimation of valuation of a particular property. So if you're shopping for a $100 million property and you're putting X, Y, and Z up for leverage, you estimate its value at this, and they estimate it as this, don't they have a fiduciary before they give you that quantity of money so that they determine what the value is? He's in his element. He has an obsequious pretender at his feet who doesn't know whatever even close to what he knows about the world of big finance and billionaireness. First of all, these are banks that have the best regulation firms in the world, the biggest and best, and most powerful. They do their own work, they don't matter on us. But what we do is, we have a disclaimer and we put this as my people put it together. I would look at it, and it looked fine, but it's now not overly important. And by the way, it goes on for like a page and a half, it's a very big disclaimer, it's a very effective disclaimer. Kindly drop your comments on what your take on the above video is, and thanks.